Republic of Korea. The first economist, Korea Industrial Development Institute director Baek Young-hoon contributes the new dawn of modernization of the fatherland. Baek Yong-hoon tells the economic history of Korea and Republic of Korea, the Great Power. Germany, which open fields and green woods and beautiful Canal River harmonize with ancient architect, has become a unitary state named Deutschland in 1871. Passing through the chaotically hard time in 1945, Germany devoted itself as a global science and technology industry in humanity. Furthermore, they finally unified their nation to the Federal Republic of Germany. The international exchanges between South Korea and Germany has begun with the issue of the Joseon Dynasty's stamp in Germany in 1967. The morning calm country, Korea, has been living with beautiful rivers and mountains. Republic of Korea has lasted for about 5,000 years based on the concepts of loyalty, flyer duty, and propriety. The Tripitaka Koreana that made for the commemoration of repelling Mongolians who tried to invade Goryeo is located in Hain Temple in Gaya Mountain, Hapjeon County. This marvelous Tripitaka Koreana has also been listed as World Heritage by the UNESCO in 2007. Korea once had been invaded by Japan for 36 years. After the liberation from Japan in 1945, the Korean War was began due to the conflict of the political phenomena between South Korea and the North. Overcoming this hardship at that time, Korea also made a pact with Germany in economic cooperation on 2nd December 1961. There were no countries to help Korea after America's assistance. The late President Park Chung-hee recruited miners in Korea and sent them to Germany. On 21st December 1963, 237 miners out of 500 of the advanced party to Germany left their own country saying goodbyes to their loving family. The young Koreans, who's from the second poorest country in the UN among the 120 countries, finally arrived Germany as miners. Germany had industrialized in those days, and that causes lack of manpower. For this reason, Germany asked Turkey, Japan, and Korea, the countries which entered into a cooperative exchange contract with Germany, for those who could work in Germany. 8,000 young Korean men went to work in Germany since 1963 to 1977. The work in mine there was so tough. They had to stand high temperature and humidity under 1,000 meters in the mine. Also, fixing posts in the mine for the ceiling was the hardest part of the work for them. All they could do was just to stand the hardship because they couldn't even afford the tickets to go back to their country. Many Germans who watched the Koreans working hard got touched so much that the President of Germany invited the late President Park Chung-hee as a national guest. The hard-working persona of those miners will be remembered to future generations that the old tough days when the miners had been going through lead us to today. As the Korean miners dispatched to Germany was going off well, Germany also invited Korean nurses to hospitals in Germany. Then the contract of Korean nurses invitation was signed in 1966, and over 12,000 Korean nurses went to Germany like the miners before. The nurses had so many difficulties, especially in German language at the first time. Germans praised the Korean nurses by their efforts and devotion in Germany and called the nurses as angels from the East. The Korean miners' and nurses' efforts played the most important role in raising economic situation in Korea. The late Korean President Park Chung-hee and the First Lady made a state visit to Germany on 20th December 1964. It was the very first visit in Germany ever to the Korean president. When the president and his wife visited the Korean miners and nurses who were working very hard in Germany, all the Koreans there couldn't stop crying. "As I'm seeing your faces looking so tired, my heart is being broken with sorrow," said he. "We are now a poor country, but we will give our children a rich country. They please to make this promise come true." President Park appealed to Ludwig Erhard sincerely to help Korea with a loan for economic development. Germans were moved by the Korean leader Park and gave Korea 150 million Deutsche Mark as loan. Those who were in Germany as miners or nurses also sent all their salaries to Korea. With these contributions, Korea built a highway, steel mills, car factories, and so on. Would it be possible if there weren't the contribution of the young Koreans? They made today's Korea. The descendants of the miners and nurses are living not just in Germany, but in the world, still missing their own country, Korea. After 50 years, Korea is now one of the 10 trade relations through the efforts of Germany. The cooperation between Korea and Germany has connected Incheon Airport and Frankfurt like a bridge. Dr. Baek Yong-hun, who was the interpreter in reunion with Germany in Korea in 2011, said that Korea and Germany have been connected with the economic cooperation for the last 50 years, and that we should not forget about the former Korea. The expert also said Korea wouldn't be like now if there hadn't been the cooperation with Germany. Both Korea and Germany started this relation on 2nd December 1961. And here is 2nd December 2011 after 50 years. Looking back on it now, $69 of national income in Korea 50 years ago has changed to $20,000 of national income in Korea now. And the country which was supported by foreign countries 50 years ago has now changed to the country which is supporting other countries abroad. And $100 million of the exceeded trade volume has changed to $1 trillion now. The contribution of the miners and nurses and Germany will be remaining forever. Oriental Pearl. A miracle in Han River happening in Sri Lanka.
බස්නාහිර පළාතේ මධ්‍යම පාන්තික ව්‍යාපාරික ප්‍රජාව සඳහා පැවැත්වෙන ෆ්ලෙම් සම්මාන උළෙල ඊයේ පස්වරුවේ පැවැත්වුණා. ඒ ජනාධිපති මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන මහතාගේ සහභාගීත්වයෙන්.
බස්නාහිර පළාත් සභාවේ ප්‍රධාන අමාත්‍ය ඉසුර දේවප්‍රිය මහතාගේ ප්‍රධානත්වයෙන් මෙම සම්මාන
The congratulatory message of President and Director Baek
මෙහිදී
Yong-hun.
බස්නාහිර පළාත් මධ්‍යම පාන්තික ව්‍යාපාරිකයින් 39 දෙනෙකුට ජනාධිපතිතුමා අතින් සම්මාන පිරිනැමුණා.
The award ceremony for excellent firm leaders.
දකුණු කොරියාවේ
Baek
ආර්ථිකය ඉහළ
Yong-hun,
නැංවීමට විශාල ලෙස
President
දායක වූ
Maithri
ආචාර්ය
Pala
වයි.කේ.
Sirisena
පේක්
the
මහතා
gift
විසින්
exchange.
ජනාධිපතිතුමා වෙත සම්මානයක් පිරිනැමූ අතර ජනාධිපතිතුමාද වයි.කේ. පේක් මහතාගේ සේවය අගයමින් සම්මානයක් පිරිනැමුවා.
අද අපේ රටේ ඉන්න ව්‍යාපාරිකයන්ගේ ආදායම් උපයද්දන්නන්ගේ 1,50,000කටත් වඩා අඩු ප්‍රමාණයක් තමයි රජයේ බදු ගෙවීමට එකතු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. අනිත් අය බදු ගෙවීම
President Maithri Pala Sirisena present Director Baek Yong-hun the symbol of power Heracles statue. Director Baek Yong-hun present his book to President Maithri Pala Sirisena. The superb spiritual leader, the Cardinal in Sri Lanka, visited where Director Baek Yong-hun stayed. Director Baek Yong-hun delivered a touching lecture mainly about the future of $10,000 Sri Lanka and the economic development roadmaps to President, Chief Ministers, business leaders, nationalist leaders, and the press and so forth.
කොළඹ පැවති උළෙලේදී ව්‍යාපාරිකයන් 39 දෙනෙකු ඇගයීමට ලක් කෙරුණා. උත්සවයේ ප්‍රධාන දේශනය පැවැත්වුවේ දකුණු කොරියානු ආර්ථිකය ඉහළ නැංවීමේ ක්‍රියාවලියේ ප්‍රමුඛ ස්ථානයක් හිමි කරගත් ආචාර්ය යං හූන් පේක් මහතායි.
ලෝකයේ අනිත් රටවල් වගේ ලංකාව සංවර්ධනය වූ රටක් බවට පරිවර්තනය කිරීමේ අරමුණින් තමයි මම ලංකාවට ආවේ. ලෝකයේ දෙස බලනකොට ලංකාව කියන්නේ දියුණු කරන්න හරිම ලේසි රටක්. අපි රටවල් දෙකම එක වගේ නිසා අපි රටවල් දෙකම අත්වැල් බැඳගෙන අලුත් අනාගතයකට ඉදිරියට යන්න අවශ්‍යයි. දෙරටේ ව්‍යවසායකින් එකතු කරලා ශ්‍රී ලංකාව ලෝකයේ තියෙන දියුණුම රටක් බවට පත් කිරීමේ හැකියාව අපට තියෙනවා කියන එක මම පැහැදිලිව කියන්න කැමතියි. අවුරුදු 5ක් ඇතුළත ඒක පුද්ගල ආදායම $3000 සිට $10000 දක්වා ඉහළ දමන්න පුළුවන්. ලංකාවේ අනාගතය අලුතෙන් ලියන්න පුළුවන් අවස්ථාවක් දැන් ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. තාක්ෂණය හා කෘෂි කර්මාන්තයේ සංකලනයකින් මේ රට සංවර්ධනයට ගෙනියන්න පුළුවන්. ආර්ථිකය අතින් ලොව ප්‍රබල රටවල් 21 ඇතුලේ කොරියාව ප්‍රධාන තැනක් උසරනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකාවත් ඒ තැනට ගන්න පුළුවන්.
세계에 웃을 수 있는 시장가 된다고 우리는 자신하고 있습니다.
Republic of Korea and Sri Lanka agreed on setting up the Economic Interchange Association. The appointed representatives in Republic of Korea and Sri Lanka. Main business. The establishment of the Master Plan for Economic Development in Sri Lanka. The water system, including water supply and the sewerage, development and the management. The ecological system management and conservation. the energy development, new renewable energy through waste, water, and sunlight. The culture and arts and tourism service business. Training human resources like the New Village movement. Engineering business. The appointed representatives in Republic of Korea and Sri Lanka. The press conference. Date 2016 October 23rd. Time 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Location the Prime Minister's office at the Press Center. Attendance Chief Minister, relevant public officials from Sri Lanka, and Director Baek Yong-hoon, the Korean crew from Republic of Korea, and the specialized institution from Canada. Content. First, the effect of the Economic Interchange Association in both countries. Second, the strategy for GDP $10,000 in Sri Lanka and the Korea's role in there. Third, the ecological system management and conservation. Fourth, the main problems in Sri Lanka and the improvement plans. Fifth, the necessity of the establishment master plans in economic development. The press conference. Kind consideration. The airport entrance to the VIP lounge. Kind consideration, the round-the-clock standing by medical treatment. The Korean Way, the large signboards of welcoming on the over 30 Main Street. Day, the first economist in Republic of Korea, Director Baek Yong-hoon, looks back on the past and reports the new dawn of modernization of the fatherland.